BitCoin RoadShow. I'm in Slovenia still, and I want to do. Oh, a friend of mine just said I should do a video on Bitcoin price action. You know what? I'm actually getting sick about. Speaking about, that's my friend looking for his dog. Look how beautifully pure this water is here. Sorry, just a sidetrack. Rumble's looking for a drink because it's all dry everywhere because everything's all icy. Right, anyway, so right now we're seeing the price going up. Everyone's thinking, wow, look, the price is going up, woo! And even though you haven't got mass adoption yet, and the only thing you've really got happening is the Iran crisis, which is an engineered crisis by America of terrorism. You know, a solid green wick all the way up, it's going to be a bull trap. And even if it continues on for a while, all it is a bull trap. There just isn't the people in the space. There's not new adopters in the space. There's not enough of them to say, yeah, this is really happening. There's a big call for more Bitcoin out there, and I also think that we might have a bit of the same situation that happened with Litecoin when the halving happens as well. But that's another story. I'd say for right now, I'll tell you what, I sold quite a few Bitcoin out on an average of 7.5. I don't mind telling you I did that, right? Because it's all very well in hindsight acting like you've got a crystal ball and you're like some clairvoyant, but no one really knows for sure. But you have so many, I've spoken about this before, you have so many indicators that point to what price action might do. And a lot of guys now are hating on the TA people. Now there is a lot of stupid TA people out there, a lot of moon boys like Carl from the moon. The crypto guy, he gets a bit tiresome, to be honest with you. But I would say that Jacob Cranfield, Eric Crown, Cryptoface, Optical Arts, I noticed they get a lot of haters in their live stream or whatever it might be, or in the comment section. But no one says anything's an exact science, and you can't really apply any one thing to Bitcoin. And even if you apply all the things, it's still a guess. It's what you're trying to do is not read the future, not pretend you're a clairvoyant, if they even exist properly. But what you try to do is try to work the maths in your favor, and that math being probability. You get calculus, probability, statistics, that kind of thing. This falls into the probability segment of mathematics. So all you try to do is increase your chances. You're not going to win them all the time. There are no traders out there who win all the time. Overall, I don't actually like the concept of trading. I actually wish it didn't exist. But it doesn't make sense to say it wouldn't exist. What I'm talking about is market trading. It'd be much better if we lived in a world where things achieved their value based upon their utility. Jesus Christ, he made me shit myself. Tsar, come here. Voda Lopez. Right, stupid dog. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that I'm not expecting Bitcoin's going to go much higher. Then again, I didn't expect it would go above 7,800, and it did. So who knows? Maybe it's gonna do one of those moonshots like it did a while ago, up to 14k, which also, by the way, was people pumping it, trying to get it up there. That wasn't that. You can see when things are manipulation versus natural growth. Natural growth usually a few green wicks, a red wick or two. A few green wicks again, red wick or two. It happens a little bit more sideways, a little bit more gradual. And it's the same for the up and down action. These downwards free falls, you don't get one event in the news that makes Bitcoin free fall from 14 grand down to 6. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. It's manipulation, And I get as sick of hearing about manipulation as the next guy, because hey, it's just part of it, isn't it? You're in the gold market, it's been manipulated for centuries, and you're in the fiat currency market. The whole thing's a scam, and the whole thing is manipulation. I mean, even it's a belief system, let alone anything else. I suppose you could argue that anything is, you know, our belief that gold is valuable, but it is the applied uses. Bitcoin, the applied uses. Money, well, it's only the applied uses, but nothing else. No extrinsic value, like the cost to produce it, which is why I don't like XRP, right? It costs nothing to produce. I don't mind proof of stake coins and also tokens, because they represent a new version of an old paradigm. You know, the share market, people were locked out of that. You had to go speak to your financial advisor, your what's it called, the guy that places bets on your behalf, basically, on the stock market, qualified investor, right, to do things on your behalf years ago. You know, you wanted to get into the FANG stocks. It wasn't as simple as, oh, I'll just create an account on eToro. It wasn't that easy, you know what I mean? And that's why we got locked out of making these Wall Street kind of profits. It could have been a good thing. The thing is, isn't it funny that in the day and age that we're not locked out of these things, it's the day and age that all these Wall Street traders have got the accessibility of bots that can basically read the markets and tell what the average person is going to do, and therefore rinse them and basically fleece them, right? So one thing that'll never change is there's always going to be a money class ripping people off. That's what's happening right now, regardless of what you think. But just you try to tell me, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, give me 4 solid market indicators to tell me why Bitcoin's going to go this high. And Iran, it's not a strong enough one. It's if America had declared war, yeah. If Iran decided they're going to utilize Bitcoin as their national currency, and but they wouldn't. Of course, they wouldn't. Look, I've thought about this before. When Scotland took its was trying to take its independence from England, which failed. I wrote to the Scottish National Party and said, look, why don't you start phasing money in, like phasing it in a little bit, to aim for 10% of the national treasury, right? And we would have been the richest country in the world if we'd done that, by the way. If they had listened, we'd be the richest country in the world. But they didn't listen. But the idea behind that was to say, right, England's telling us we can't use the pound that we invented. Then stuff them. You know what? Let's start a plan to exit the pound while hedging ourselves. Because when I say hedging yourselves, if you let the whole world know that you're going to leave the pound, what would happen to the pound? The pound would completely crash, because around about 10-15% of it would be liquidated if Scotland was to pull its money out. If we were to transfer our money to euros, for example, that would have destroyed the British pound sterling, right? The same thing as Iran right now. It would be in their best interest to move to cryptocurrency so they could trade oil with other nations and not have to put up with America's bullshit, their economic sanctions, which are effectively declarations of war, right? If they were to do that, the price of Bitcoin, of course, would moon, but they haven't done that. If America was to declare war against Iran, the fear of people losing their possessions and wanting stuff that is going to be not like carrying gold around the borders, you're going to get robbed, all these sort of things that happen during war times. Then I'd expect that the price of Bitcoin might go up. But just with the saber rattling that's going on and the recent terrorist activity from America, that's not enough to make Bitcoin moon like this, or go up to 14 grand again if that's what they're trying to achieve. And if they do, that's just to bring in a whole new bunch of FOMOs. This is the thing I don't like about this as well. When you make false starts like this, let's say, for example, you get, I don't know, let's say you get 0.01 of the world population that enters every single time there's let's say at the start of a bull market, right? And it's a false breakout, and then people get screwed because that false breakout was engineered. that is 0.01% of people who will probably not get back into crypto until the end. You'll be the latest adopters, the ones who really thought, no, that's it, it's a scam, oh damn it, now everyone's using it, now everyone's getting paid in it in their wages. That's what I hate about these manipulation pumps. This is why I think a lot of long-term crypto people, you know, they talk about manipulation, but we annoy ourselves talking about it, but at the same time, we want to talk about it because we need to get people to understand that you're being played, you know? So anyway, I'm just going to sit with my, whatever it is, I don't know, it's about 30 grand sitting there until it goes down. And if it doesn't go down, then fuck it, you know? Damn it. I think I went the whole thing there without swearing. Oh well, doesn't matter. I will just end up holding on and then making that trade when it happens. You know, if it doesn't happen, this is what you do to protect yourself, right? So, and it's not a surefire way of getting yourself out of the shit. But if you look at some solid coins right now, so there's a lot of people dissing Cardano. I have actually given negative comments to Charles Hoskinson myself. Hoskinson, what's his fucking name again? Anyway, given negative comments to him during, just because of his, the same as Charlie Lee, his inability to actually have any human, what's it called? Basically, they're socially inept people, right? And that, in this space or in any space, if you're the figurehead, it affects the price, and it's very irresponsible if you say stupid things and not things that aren't very well thought out. And at the same time, if you can, I don't mean be a hype boy either, but just be somewhere in the middle. Don't be such a dick. And but the simple fact is, the project, if you speak to programmers, they're quite positive on it. So it's going to get adoption. It's going to get used for things. EOS is getting used for things. Ethereum already has been used for a long time. So when people diss Ethereum and say stupid things like ATC is going to overtake it, please shut up. You're just making people lose their money because you're holding on to your bags. You know, dump your bags when you get the next chance. Don't hold on to XRP until the next bull run and then go, ah, right, yeah, see everyone, you're right. Look back at the charts and see it is a pump and dump coin, you know. And there's lots of coins like this. Yeah, a friend of mine, Aaron McDonald, he's got a company called Centrality. They're in the top 100 actually. They've been doing quite well recently. He's a really smart guy. I used to work with him at Vodafone, me and our other friend Dean. And Dean always said he's probably the smartest guy he's ever met. But recently, when he was looking at that price spike, they went up 10, 11x. He was like, nah, I don't know, I just think it's just another Ponzi scheme. I don't agree. I think they might be doing some cool stuff. I think it's the same situation as Cardano, where you can quietly be in the background working on things, but you're not concerned about the outside world, all these traders, all these moon boys. What you're concerned about is producing something cool. I really do think Centrality, Chainlink, Solid, what's the other one again? Singularity. I think a lot of these ones are sleeping giants. So what you do is you work out what these sleeping giants are, and these ones that have had previous peaks, especially those, let's say if you have, like BitCoin, you have two major peaks in the past. A project with one pump and it went down to nowhere, that can actually die. And if you look at the use case of the project and it doesn't make any sense, like XRP, right? Then it just shows you, well, it's produced at nothing. You've got people doing stuff, but they're not really linked to the currency. They're linked to a project that doesn't actually utilize the coin very much. It does a little bit, well, products, the Ripple products do. I think 2 products do. But for the most part, it's an afterthought. It's got nothing to do with it. It was a capital raising, you know, venture, the whole XRP thing, and this is why it's just scummery. But if you look at things like some of these DeFi projects, like I spoke about Chainlink, but there's a whole bunch more, Cosmo, and I think Cosmos. I think there's quite a few of them. Look at how they position themselves in the market, what they're actually doing, and instead of, oh, we're going to partner with so and so, is a trick that Ripple used so much, saying, oh, we're building these partnerships with this and this and that. They're not doing anything with Swift. Swift are doing their own thing, and remembering that in the future, we don't need stuff that's going to just simply support the old paradigm. We need stuff that moves us away from that paradigm. That's why I've never been bullish on Ripple. Actually, a lie. I once was. The same friend who told me to do this video, he got really angry at me. This is back in 2016 or 17. Anyway, just thinking back to them. So yeah, what you do is when you take your money out of Bitcoin, your trading amount, you should never ever sell out of Bitcoin. This is what I don't like about a lot of these trader channels, the TA channels. Like I'm pretty sure Steve from Optical Arts, I'm pretty sure he actually sells out his whole load. He doesn't stay invested in it. I would never do that. You know, I believe, because the thing is, then you're not there for. If you've made a lot of profit, at least you owe the whole new money paradigm is to stay invested in it. Because if you don't, you're not helping adoption. You're not helping it take root in this world. You're helping the old money paradigm. And it's a very selfish shithead thing to do. And I'm not calling him a shithead or anyone else. I'm just saying, if you really think about it, if all you're concerned about is your own profits and you never give anything back. So for example, people like myself who got into Bitcoin very early, when you don't put money into these projects, because I am to a degree a Bitcoin maximalist, but I do believe that other things should exist. So I'm not a total maximalist, you know. I just think most of these currencies are pointless except for some of the privacy coins, and digibyte because it's fast and has security applications, and effectively is a platform as well. But there's not many projects that I really strongly believe in that are currencies out there. The rest of them are things that are linked to projects. That's fundraising. That's getting around your Wall Street share IPO environment. You know what I mean? So for me, the ones I picked, I can't remember them all right now. I know that one of them is Singularity. One of them is Synthetics. But you wait. If one of these on your list is not on a downtrend, is not on a dip, then don't buy into that. Let's say Bitcoin goes up to 14 grand. Oh shit, I missed out. Now it's going beyond. I'm not going to chase it like an idiot. I'm not going to go in to buy half as much as what I sold out. You know what I mean? So what you do instead is you look for something else. You look for on the charts, you look at the Bitcoin versus that currency. CoinGecko is actually probably the best place to go and do this. If you try to look between pairs, especially if you're not just applying this to stuff that isn't Bitcoin, if you're, let's say you try to look at pairs between, let's say, Litecoin and Digibyte or something like that to work out how you should move between altcoins. I usually use CoinGecko because it just does all these different charts. Okay, you can't trade in those pairs directly, but it's when you're trying to snipe a good deal to do, a good trade. It's just good to look through that, then say, right, I want to get from, let's say, I don't know, Digibyte to Cardano, right? I'm going to quickly sell into, I've got a trading pair of ETH there. The liquidity is higher on this exchange than it is for Bitcoin. That means my trade's going to get, be filled quicker. You go into Ethereum, you look at the trading pairs in the other one as well to look at the order book to see how full it is. If ETH is better than Bitcoin, or let's say USDT, I use TrueUSD, but I'm going to be honest with myself, it doesn't have many trading pairs. I have to, if I'm using Bitcoin, I'll trade into TrueUSD, but you're not going to really find Cardano or something like that, or EOS in a trading pair with TrueUSD very often, not many exchanges. By the way, if you don't know how to check the trading pairs, you go into CoinMarketCap, and next to where it says charts, you go into the trading pairs. It used to say markets on there, but it's actually better the way it does it now. It actually shows, it doesn't just show the markets the coin's available on. It'll show, let's say for example, Bittrex has Singularity and ETH and Singularity and Bitcoin. It will list the exchange twice based on how many trading pairs it has. Really cool way of viewing things to find what you need to log into or what you need to create an account on to get what you want. Like right now, I've been finding it a real pain in the arse to get to trade into what's it called, Chainlink link, because it's come down a bit. I thought I'll get some more. and oh, it's not that readily available from the exchanges that I use. And you know what, I don't want to get into this habit that I had a couple of years back where I was on about 12, 13, 14 different exchanges, because you just lose money. Besides what I lost, I probably had about 5 Bitcoin left on Cryptopia, and I left it because I was really busy working another job in the crypto field, and it just took up all my time. And what ended up happening was, it was mostly in alts, Zcoin and all these sort of things that I still actually think are quite good. Hyper Cash or Hyper, that one really annoyed me. I did a video about that a while ago. But anyway, I had it in a few of those currencies. So it had gone down to about, and some Bitcoin too, it had gone down to about 2 Bitcoin in value. And then they had that hack and everything. I'm still waiting to get access to the shit coins, and probably defunct shit coins, and occasional good coins that I actually had on there. But not just that, there was other exchanges that I kind of locked myself out of. It was just too difficult to get in. Let's say you smash your phone, like I did about 2 times within that period. Then you've got your Google Auth account on there. You're locked out of everything. Some of these exchanges, like I think Livecoin and some of these other crappy ones, I can't remember some of the names of these bloody ones, but anyway, you just can't get a hold of anyone. They take our hit BTC, they take weeks to get back to you, or never do. So yeah, just choose your exchanges wisely. You're actually better off. What I would say nowadays, and this is actually advice, is rather than trading between all these different currencies and trying to go to all these exchanges just so you can trade between currencies you want to trade between, pick a few currencies you want to trade with. From the profits of those, build your hodl. And so I don't trade with Cardano, for example. All my Cardano is on Cryptopia, except for this stuff that I've topped up recently. I'm hoping one day I'll get it back, if it's still there. If it's not, who cares? But so like I added to EOS recently as well, but I'm not going to trade with EOS. The only things I'll actually trade with would be, let me think. I probably would trade digibyte, litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. That's it. And then with the profits from each, increase my holdings of each and any of these other coins I want to be in. But you end up chasing all these exchanges. It's just not worth it. It's too much stress, and there's too much risk. Okay, you reduce risk in a way because you're actually you're diversifying where your money's sitting. So that does actually reduce your risk. So let's say, for example, you're trading on one platform and you've got all your trading capital in there one day and they get hacked, and that's it all gone. So from that point of view, I'm contradicting myself here, but it is good to spread it around. But your answer there is just don't keep your money on exchanges too long. That's easy to say, but when you've got trades that are open and you're swing trading slowly, not so easy to do. So I would say maybe just go on 2 exchanges, take your money out when you can, take profit anytime you can. Don't wait for the big. One mistake I made the other day was waiting for Bitcoin to come down further than it did. I would have made 1 Bitcoin profit, and instead, I think I hold on a little bit longer, and and now I'm probably down that same amount. You know what I mean? So don't hold on too long. Take profit. Don't get too greedy. The times will come again. Yeah, that's about all the advice I can give for traders right now. Just people should share their mistakes more, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's about it. Bye.